I'm Jerry, and we are the Military Collectibles Shop. Welcome to yet another edition of What's New at the Military Collectibles Shop, where you, our wonderful viewers, get to see the stuff that we got in.
Yeah, the wonderful stuff we got in.
This has been a pretty good week compared to some.
Yeah, this is...
It's been kind of cold, and we've had Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving wherever you are, in whatever form that ended up being in. Mark's still sporting his fresh from the great Wisconsin North Woods beard.
You'd be surprised, you think that wouldn't make any difference having this little bit of hair on your face, but I tell you, you shave it off and then you step outside, you realize it makes a big difference. It just I don't know.
Plus it helps hide him from the deer.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it's Deer 1, Mark nothing. But hey, you can't kill them all. All right. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Again, a nice little variety of things. Strangely, some themes. Sometimes when things come in, they come in even from different people. They come in kind of groups or themes, which is unusual.
Yeah, that's
it's a weird phenomenon. Usually, I mean, they say things happen in threes, and that's kind of true. In this case, it's just twos, but so I'm still waiting for one more. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, this was kind of neat. It's a tour jacket. They call these. These are very popular with the hipsters and the cool kids wearing neat jackets. But just a nice satin jacket. This is a fairly, somewhat, in our world, a somewhat modern one. This is probably from the 80s. So, they started doing these, probably right after World War II. Yeah, 89, they did the Tiger Cruise. He was on the USS Ranger, which was an aircraft carrier, CV-6. So just with the nice patches and different things on it.
So 35 years ago is not old for us, but some of you viewers is kind of like, hey, yeah, that was before I was born.
I know. One of the things about working at the college, it's like I'll have students come up to me and they'll be like, hey, you taught my mom. It's like, oh, thanks for that. Now I feel old. But yeah, but a cool jacket. Again, neat. What you got over there?
I got another cool jacket. Okay, this is a reproduction. It's a Panzer wrapper. It's not meant for some fat guy like me, unless I use the center buttons.
You gotta just move the buttons over.
So would this be the Army one or the Waffen-SS one?
I think that's the Army one. I think the SS one had more rounded lapels, rounded cuts, and instead of a multi-piece back, I think the SS cut had a single back.
Oh, see?
Thing.
You got that one right.
So, I don't have one in my collection. I probably never will, but you never know. I didn't think a double decal SS Allgemeine helmet would walk in the shop, and yet here we are.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you never know. That's the fun of this. We never know, and there's tons of stuff still out there. There's so much stuff in attics, in basements, and garages, and well, quite honestly, just sitting in my van. There's a lot of stuff out there. Okay, speaking of helmets, maybe not as cool as a double decal Allgemeine SS helmet, but this is again, somewhat modern. This is actually, again, the helmet is probably older than a lot of you. This would be like, late 1980s, early 90s Kevlar helmet, first generation Kevlar, the Gorgette, as they call it. 87, she's dated. So, yeah. So all you millennials who were born after that. But nice. I mean, we do sell a lot of these Kevlar helmets. They come different sizes. They come in different cover configurations.
We have the Creek's flag here. And it's Navy marked Creek's flag. And
Mark, what makes it Navy marked?
well, funny you should ask. It's got this marking here of an eagle with an M. M standing for Marine.
Oh, I thought it was for Navy.
Navy?
Navy?
Huh. And it has the size there, and 1.5 by 2 something.
And that's in meters. And how much is a meter? 100 centimeters.
Or 40 inches.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 40 point something.
probably.
I was just.
I'm just guessing.
They tried, in school, they tried ramming the metric system down our throats. And all I remember is a meter is a little more than a yard.
I remember my math teacher saying that we would be converting to the metric system within 10 years when I was in high school, whatever,
Yeah.
100 years ago, 50 years ago.
We tried. Didn't work. Okay, speaking of Kevlar helmets, here's another one. Different cover, different size. This one's from 94, 95, so a little later. But again, they're nice. People like them.
We have a couple of spoons. These are like small spoons. They're made out of aluminum, so they're actually Luftwaffe spoons. I don't know if Hermann Goering was using these.
Those aren't big enough for Hermann Goering.
It depends on what he was. Well, anyways, they're lightweight so that you could eat your cereal
While you're flying?
While you're flying, yeah.
In your Stuka.
Yeah. I gotta go climb up. Don't you?
Alright, this just in. This is a improved outer tactical vest, yoke collar front. But basically the U.S. Army flak vest with the groin protector. Mark, put this on.
I'm not gonna let you kick me in.
Not gonna fall for that again. Yeah, neat in the newer multicam. So relatively new and nice with the additional groin and apparently, I'll call it the lower back plate.
Look at what we got here. Oh, Midwest Shrine Game, Packers versus Bears from 1963. So that's the game program.
I think the Packers won.
Of course.
That's
they
what
did.
I'm going with.
And
Sorry, all you Bears fans.
And here's another one from the Milwaukee Braves. Huh. The Braves this is from 1954. They bravely split from Milwaukee. And here's another one from 1961, and it's got a bunch of signatures on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And one of them decided to
Sign on the
sign
back
it
by the beer?
because he wasn't.
By the beer ad? Huh, that's cool. I wonder if we know any of those people. Nope, don't recognize any names.
Oh, and we have a couple of.
Hank Aaron was a Brave.
We have.
And then he was a brewer.
The tobacco card books. We have 2 of them here, and this is the Die Deutsches Wehrmacht, and it's got I'm sure it's got all of the cards
It's
in it.
got a lot of cards too.
So that's cool, and there's another one. When die Ostmark.
Right now, Paul's ears are bleeding listening to Mark speak German.
And this has got like black and white cards, so it's not nearly as pretty as the.
It's got a neat
one.
cover, and that honestly, that's one I hadn't seen before. Postmark.
Oh, and it's already priced out for us.
How nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to show you this crap because it's just weird crap. But this is cool. This is a Navy bomber flight jacket, and nice condition, nice shape.
Do you know what date that is? Or?
No, I don't, because their spec tags were a little different than the other. But I'm thinking it's around World War II, 1950s, and then. But the interesting thing is, it's actually named to a Marine guy under the size tag. It's actually got the Marine's name and
Somebody
USMC.
named Boynton.
Yeah, Paps Boyington.
We have this. I think it's a flux capacitor. I think Jerry just picked it up,
Wow,
and it's a
wow.
nice one.
In the original leather case
Yes.
for fluxing. No, it's a barometer for measuring.
Ever since he turned it on, it started to snow.
That's true. For measuring. Well, what's the unit of measure? It's a
Millibars.
millibars. There you go. See that
Wow.
metric system.
Millibars.
Still helping us be confused.
Wow, that's a. Is that a million bars?
See, no, it's not. It's
a
1,000 bars. So
1,000
what's
bars.
with that?
Wow, that's pretty screwed up.
Yeah. Eh.
Well, hey, you wanted to say something about this?
Oh yeah.
Look at this.
We have a Gorgette. Repro alert, repro alert, repro alert. We wanted to share this with you because we knew this was a fake when we bought it. I think we might have sold it to the guy as a fake. But this is a pretty good fake, and a lot of people are getting burned on this particular one because we think that these are coming out of, or they came out of, like Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. It's like Wisconsin. Yeah, I got my ass kicked in Wisconsin. Stripes. Rented. Anyways, this is the German Feldgendarm Gorgette. And so it's a steel one, which they did make. It's got nice kind of wool on the back, which looks pretty right. It's got the hooks in the back for the uniform things in about the right position. This one's a little off. That's one of the tells of this one. But the wreath on the eagle on this particular example is kind of the giveaway that this is a bad piece, because they kind of overdid it on the wreath. It's too big and too kind of puffy. But otherwise, these actually glow in the dark. So you want to be careful when you're handling any of these, because they actually used iridium paint. Don't worry, Mark. It'll be fine. But there's a lot of wear on it, and at a show, or if you're at an antique thing or at a flea market, I'm sure many people are getting fooled in these. And value of these are now upwards of around $1,000. So it's you got to be careful, because it's a scary good reproduction.
Okay. Oh, and we got a couple of pistolios here. And these are reproductions. These are black powder guns. This is made by Navy Arms. This is the Army version of the 1851 Navy. But it's got a steel receiver, and
Now I find the metric system less confusing than that.
then we got this Enfield pistol, which is pretty cool, but still a reproduction. And
Did they actually have like pistols like that, or is that like made from like a rifle?
I have no idea.
Me either.
I know we bought one just like this,
We bought that one.
and we sold it to the guy we bought that one from.
One of our good friends had a shop, Bill Scott, and it was always funny because he'd be like, "Yeah, I got this patch back. It's the 6th time I've owned this patch." And I thought, well, that's weird. Buying and selling stuff that you already sold. But it happens a lot with collectors where they change their mind, they change direction, they decide to collect something else, they get married, they get divorced. You know, for whatever reason, life happens and they need to sell this stuff again.
And sometimes death happens.
Sometimes death happens. And, you know, so it's been interesting the amount of things that we've been doing this long enough now where we've gotten a lot of things back through, you know, cycled back through.
Yeah. Well, we have a 1750 pattern brown bess bayonet. It feels like it would be heavy on the end of a musket. I was going to say rifle, but those weren't.
I don't think I've ever held a brown bess.
No. Maybe the gun is really light and that you
I
need
thought
something to keep the barrel down a little bit. From floating
It's like a
away.
Thompson. It rides up, so you gotta help keep it down. Okay. So speaking of things that we've had before, this is actually kind of cool. This is a German World War II photo album, and we got the guy's insignia in this bag that is not a toy. So he was a Luftwaffe Flak NCO as part of the 12th Flak Regiment. And so, you know, what's neat about these German photo albums is that they use this kind of, you know, this thin paper in between to help protect the photos. You got to kind of be careful with that. But just a lot of nice photos, you know, with showing the daggers, showing the uniforms. Here he is, and you know, wearing the helmet, actually a real early helmet, but he's actually wearing the shoulder board, you know, that we've got back. So this is really kind of cool. It's nice to have them identified. There's actually a picture of the guy too, wearing the Luftwaffe cord and some of the collar tabs. So it's nice to have them identified, you know, where you can put a little bit of history with it. You know, whether it's a German album or an American album, it's nice to be able to have that history with it, so you know you kind of know a little bit more than what's on the surface. This one was from a Signals guy, Signals Battalion 1. This would be an Army guy. And again, you know, some neat pictures. Nice, they're annotated, you know, so they went through it and wrote down, you know, kind of what they're doing. Oh, those must be paratroopers. Yeah.
Don't worry,
Okay. We'll pick those
We'll
up.
try and find these some other time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
Make for great video. Aren't you guys glad you're watching? We're glad you're watching.
Here we have another one that it has green little stoppy things in there.
Those are for the interesting pictures.
Isn't there like pictures of somebody's wedding? Look at that. And oh, look at it.
Oh,
It's,
who's that guy with the hat?
Yeah, it looks like Hitler shaking hands and a little kid. And it's like the Berghoff and
Hey kid, pull my finger.
kid, you just invaded Poland. Thank you. But a lot of interesting pictures here, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, another one. This one seems to be an Army one. Let's see what we identified as. Oh, this is kind of cool because it's got some airplane shots, you know, from the air to the air, and one with a big hole in the wing. It's like, a couple Luftwaffe standards. That's kind of neat. Where he's also wearing a Gorgette. But some nice flag shots, and a lot of times in these pictures you can pick up some really great uniform details, or some of the flags. You might see some interesting things, some helmet configurations.
So this one only got like one green thing in it.
Well, we didn't mark every great picture, but those are just, you know, those were some of the ones that, you know, jumped out.
Oh, okay. Oh.
All right, and this one's kind of cool because it's a tropical Luftwaffe guy. So named Siegfried. There's a nice Irish name for you. But neat, you know, hanging out under the cacti in where we're probably Italy, maybe North Africa. Some with the motorcycle; those are kind of cool with the sidecar. Shout out to our friend Rich with the motorcycle with the sidecar. Oh, and then he's in a glider.
Are these Japanese guys?
Yeah,
with the Germans.
I think they're visiting.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
They
so
ordered some German food to came and pick it up.
these are fun to go through. Oh, looks like Siegfried died. South Italy. Bummer. We did have that neat album where the guy made it to the end.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
There was a picture of from 1947. He was a Kriegsmarine guy. And then a bunch of the guys said 1947, and they were
at the beach.
At the beach. It was like, wow.
Yeah, so not every story's a winner, but again, neat pieces of history, neat to have and go through, and you know, photo albums don't turn up a lot. Obviously, you know, these are prized possessions for families. You know, well, most families don't care about helmets or insignia. You know, getting photo albums is always a little more difficult because it's, you know, a lot of times it's family. So
yeah, they're really cool if you, especially some of these going page by page.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I kind of went through quickly and it was like, oh, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so that's most of the stuff. We got some other stuff too, but that's meh.
Yeah.
You know, we try to just share with you the fun stuff, but not the boots and the other stuff. So, but as always, thanks for joining us. We are going to be doing a question and answer one. So I've got a list of questions that some of you have sent in. So thanks for that. Any of you watching now, if you have questions, feel free to send it to us. We'll see if we can include it for next time. We've got a couple more videos in the works. What else is happening? Christmas is coming.
Oh yeah.
Nothing makes a great gift like a military collectibles t-shirt. You can find these on our website. Not these particular ones. This one's got schmutz on it. I got some schmutz. But you can find them on our website at www.militarycollectorshq.com. Or if you can't remember all that, just go to militarycollectibleshop.com. You can also find them there. You can find us on eBay under Mr. Jerry. That's just a little dot. And you can always email us at militaryshop@yahoo.com. Remember to subscribe. Hit the little subscribe button, wherever that may be, so that you'll get the updates when we put these out. Follow us on Facebook under Military Collectibles Shop. And apparently we're also on the IG as well.
The IG?
Instagram, baby.
Ooh.
So if any of you millennial hipsters do that, I think we have 2 posts on there, but you can follow us. Stay up to date on our frequently updated...
Not just one.
Right. On our frequently updated pages. But it's great to hear from all you. We appreciate that. We think of you as our extended friends and family. We know that everybody can't be here, and quite honestly, the shop's not big enough to fit everybody. So we're glad and honored that you bring us into your living room or watch us at work or wherever you actually watch us. So we're happy that you do that. All right, well, it's pretty cold here in the lovely state of Wisconsin, so we're going to bundle up and get the heck out of Dodge for this evening. So thanks for joining us. Until next time, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Mark.
And we are the Military Collectibles Shop.